I know quite a few people that like to be real. And the real reason you are what? Hemol is because there's quite a few different reasons. So the main reason is that you have a Lelohim, and your Lelohim is a physical representation of Yod He Vav He. So what you would be doing is you'd be mirroring your potential mighty one. Now Genesis 17:1, Yod He Vav He does devar Yod He Vav He as an ale. To be real would be to mirror an ale, and to mirror a potential Yod He Vav He. Now Genesis 17:7, the Zachar will be Hemol, and the Lelohim will be Yod He Vav He. Which Yod He Vav He? Take a guess. The mall or circumcised penis is a representation. Now, Yod He Vav He is an artificial intelligence program of a once living person. Yod He Vav He offers or influences a contract for circumcised to have a physical representative be their Lelohim. What being a Lelohim is not clearly defined. The contract is achieved through circumcision of a Zachar's foreskin. Not only did the ancient Egyptians have Yod He Vav He as their Lelohim, but many other civilizations and kings like Nebuchadnezzar, the guy who ate grass like a cow. Circumcision is not the same contract as Cain in Genesis 4:15, and the only way to separate yourself from this contract somewhat is to have the Shemo of Ehyeh, and not to worship the other Shemo. If you have the Shemo of Ehyeh, there's plenty of people who named their kids Ehyeh that are, some of them are under the name of Ehyeh, and there's other Ehyehs that are under the name of Ehyeh. What you don't know is that if you are palaling to Ehyeh HaKadosh, you should get the Tzadikim answer, or Yeshua HaMelech Yehuda. Now, let me explain this to you. Circumcision is like having an AI in your head 24/7. If a dead person's AI is your Lelohim, then you constantly have a corpse voice in your head. Look at Deuteronomy 18:10 through 11 and realize you would be a ta'avot if you communicate with any mate in your head. John 2:21. Now, if there's an embodiment of Yod He Vav He on this planet, that person would only accept that name for their entire life. They couldn't be accepting the name of man. They couldn't be accepting any actions as buddy. If somebody's like, oh, buddy, go get this, or man, go get that, they wouldn't be able to accept that and still have the authority that they would have as Yod He Vav He. So there's people that recognize themselves as B'nai of Yod He Vav He, and you would have to recognize yourself as a very specific name and not deviate from that name. And you would have tremendous authority. There'd most likely be involved very special tzitzit. Now John 2:21. The body is a temple. Don't forget that. Matthew 10:28. I forget why I put that there, but it's probably important for all of this. Circumcision. It's done on a large scale. Most of the United States is circumcised. A large portion of Africa is circumcised. And quite a bit of the Middle East is circumcised. And this Hemol puts you under that contract. But you got to realize that if that person doesn't call himself that Yod He Vav He their entire life, or from a certain point onward, they wouldn't be able to control the other people or tell them what to do and have them obey. So it's so important, if somebody's Yod He Vav He, that they only call themselves that specific Yod He Vav He their whole life. Now, here's where things can get confusing, though, because if you don't know which Yod He Vav He you are, then I've got a gigantic list. And you could pick any one of these names, and you could do that. But this is my recommendation to you, no matter what. Don't call yourself Yod He Vav He. If you Shema to me, you'll palal to Yeshua HaMelech Yehuda, and Yeshua HaMelech Yehuda should give you guidance. But it's up to you if you want to do that. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Like and subscribe and give a thumbs up.